Hi, and welcome back to Business on Broadway here at the Samuel J. Friedman Theater. We are about to bring up our next presenter, who is a best-selling author, an internationally recognized expert in transforming Rust Belt companies into high-tech powerhouses. He teaches senior Rust Belt executives how to revitalize their companies, how to triple profit and leave the competition behind using his proven formula of igniting innovation potential. He's the best-selling author of 5 critically acclaimed books, with his latest release, Metamorphosis, From Rust Belt to High-Tech in a 21st Century World. Let's give a big Business on Broadway welcome to my good friend, Steve Blue.
Thanks, Greg. Imagine this. You're at a football game, and you're watching your favorite team play. It's been a tough game, back and forth all day, and now it's all tied up. And the offense has one play left. One desperate play. So he's in the huddle, he gets a snap, comes back, he's looking for his guy, defenders all around, they force him out of the pocket, his guy is free, he lets it rip. What happened? Anybody? It's not a Mensa test. It was a Hail Mary pass, and according to NFL statistics, the likelihood of it being successful is only 2.5%. So if you're a Rust Belt company CEO and you're banking on a Hail Mary pass to save your company, you got a 97.5% chance that you'll go belly up. Now, how do I know this? Just look around. The Chinese are everywhere. If they haven't put a bullet in your business by now, they probably will. Look, the deficit, manufacturing deficit with China is about $375 billion. That's about $375 billion worth of Rust Belt jobs that are already gone. And every day that number grows, and every day more Rust Belt companies go under. Now, if you're a CEO of one of these, maybe you'll be next. I don't know. But it's not too late. You can still save your company. I know because I saved mine. And it all started the night I had a heart attack. I woke up one night and my sheets were totally soaked. My arms and my hands felt like they had pins in them. My heart was racing like a wild stallion. I could barely breathe. My chest felt like it had an anvil on it. But I wasn't having a heart attack. I was having a panic attack. That's the night that I realized that my company, unless I transformed it tremendously, was going to go belly up. So I did. I totally transformed my company from low technology, dumb metal and plastic parts with lots of competition to high technology, high margin, patent protected products that the Chinese won't ever be able to touch. And you can too. Let me tell you how. When you transform your company, it has to happen in 3 stages. The first stage is you have to transform your workforce. Second stage is you have to ignite innovation. Then the third stage, this happens to be my personal favorite, is you have to disrupt the marketplace. Let's unpack that one at a time. If you're going to go into a high-tech world and you look at the workforce you have right now in the low-tech world, what you have is low skill, you have low creativity, and you have low commitment. If you move into the high-tech world, you have to have a workforce that is highly skilled, highly creative, and highly committed. Now, let me tell you what that looks like. Ever see a Cirque du Soleil show? Anybody? What do you see in that show? You see highly skilled people, highly creative people, and highly engaged and committed people. They live on the edge. They come to work today intending to do better than they did yesterday. But let me give you another example from my own company. One time I was walking around the factory. It was December, middle of the month. We're on a calendar year and we were in danger of not making our profit number. One of my factory workers came up to me and he said, "Hey boss, I'm a little worried about making the profit number this year, and I was thinking there's some things I could do, change this, change that, move that around, might move us closer to the goalpost. What do you think?" I said, "I think it's a great idea." Now, how cool is that? A factory worker just as worried about making profit as the CEO. That's what a highly skilled, highly creative, and highly committed workforce looks like. So now you've transformed the workforce. and they're just where you want them to be. Now you have to ignite innovation. And that's not as difficult as it seems. If you want to ignite innovation, you've got to do 4 things. You got to teach them how to innovate. You got to give them the space to innovate. You got to give them time and permission to innovate. And just as importantly, number 4, you have to make it everybody's job to innovate. You have to hold everybody accountable for innovation. It can't be just a research and development department responsibility. It's an all-hands thing. Here's what I did. I hired the previous chief creativity officer from the QVC network. You've heard of the QVC network? They're about 10 or 12 billion. When this guy started, they were a couple of $100 million. And I brought him on board with my company to teach every single employee the principles of creativity. And he rode shotgun with us for the better part of a year. Now, when we started this process, we would have to tell our employees, I want you to work on this problem, and I want you to do it at this time with these people, and then when you get it all done, come and talk to me about it. Fast forward to today, my employees decide all on their own what they're going to work on, when they're going to work on it, who they're going to work on it with, and they implement their own solutions. But that's not the best part. This is the space part I talked about. I'm in the factory, and a group of people came up to me, and they said, hey, boss, you know, we really like this innovation stuff, and we'd like to do more of it, and we think we could do better if you gave us a dedicated space that was only allowed to be used for innovation. And I said, let me make sure I got this right. You want me to take a piece of my factory that I make things in right now and make it off limits to make things, and it can only be a place like a think tank? Is that what you're suggesting? They said, well, yeah, sort of. And I said, I love the idea. So I spent $500,000 on creating a think tank space. I call it a Google-like campus and factory. My employees call it the creation station. And they're allowed to come back there anytime they want, work on anything they want, and with anybody they want. They don't need anybody's permission to do it. They do it all on their own. And anytime I walk back there, any day, there's lots of people back there engaging in innovation. Now, the last part is you got to give them time. I direct my people to spend 20% of their time innovating. But here's the catch. You can't say, okay, you have to spend 20% of your time innovating, but you still gotta make the donuts. You gotta hire extra people so they feel free to spend that 20% of their time. Otherwise, innovation will be the first thing to go. So you got innovation all cooking now, and the next thing that you do is you disrupt the market. I like this part. I'll give you the technical definition of disrupting a market. You come at your competition like a bat out of hell in a direction they never expected you to come from, and you knock them on their keister and you leave them there. Okay, all right, maybe you want a little more elegant definition than that. I'll give you one, okay? Disruptive marketing is basically 3 things. It's highly unconventional, it's highly unpredictable, and it's highly integrative and seamless, and you can use it anywhere. And let me just give you one example of that. I have a competitor that, for one of my flagship products. The problem he has is he's got a couple of really fundamental flaws in his product, but nobody knows about it. So I issued a challenge, and I challenged him to come to a duel, public duel. My product against yours, side by side, same conditions, same everything, and we'll see who turns out the best. Well, I win either way. If he says yes, he'll be exposed. If he says no, people will know there's something wrong with his product. That's what I call highly unconventional marketing. I want to leave you with just one thought. If you're a Rust Belt CEO, your time is running out. You don't have much time left, but you still have time to make the most critical decision in your entire career. And it's a simple one. It's really simple. Only 2 choices. You choose bankruptcy or you choose prosperity. Now, if you're the type of guy that lives in the town I call Denialville, you'll say, no, I don't need to do that. You'll pretend like everything's okay, and you don't need to change anything, and you'll hope the Chinese don't come and kill your business someday. If you make that choice, you made it by default, you've made it bankruptcy. But you can make a better choice. You can choose to be bold. You can choose prosperity. You can choose to totally transform your company into high-tech products the Chinese can't ever touch. It's really your choice. But remember this, your doomsday clock is ticking, and it's almost midnight.